I'll just do one more of these. Well, I call myself Dave the Rave, so Dave the Rave and his pain cave. So, got to kind of prove that, at least to myself, because someone else doesn't see your. I mean, the thing is, I don't care. So a thing popped up in my memories, right, and it was, one of my rides, 100-mile loops, the Newton Stewart loop that I did, right? It was called Caffeine Bomb, by the Wild Hearts. Feels so good, can't be wrong. What I need's a coffee, something like that. And then, so what it was me sitting on a bench as the glorious tramp, super athlete, hybrid. That's basically what it is, isn't it? The number of situations where I've been huddled under a tree or in the cold, getting the chills, on the halfway stop, and but it's worth it for the buzz, isn't it? And the feeling of satisfaction. It really builds you up, builds your character, doesn't it? Teaches you a lot about life, teaches you what you can do, what you thought, teaches you that you can do more than you thought that you could do, that you're stronger than you thought, that you have a constitution of a truck, that your potential is limitless, and all that sort of stuff. And on the limitless thing, we've gone off on a tangent, but on the limitless thing, that's the way I've actually felt. And I was talking recently, and I was talking about the power of focus, right? And the flashlight, and you change the focus, and depending on the job, that's a skill. Focusing skills, that opens your mind up, doesn't it? Because you go, focusing, I can have the dumb focus of a Lance Armstrong, or you've got to change it, because your life involves more than just pedaling on a bike. So you got to change the focus depending on what you're doing, So the ability to change from one focus to the next is quite a skill. But anyway, I was talking about it's on the limitless thing. That's the way I've felt. And if you do the inner work, then you do the physical work and the inner work, and you do the whole thing, it's amazing. You end up going, fucking hell, I've got all this energy. It's really quite amazing. And I obviously tried to express that, didn't I, in one of my videos where I did the the fast cuts, and that was trying to get over that point, wasn't it? So when I'm at home, it's just so funny. It's almost like my body can't keep up, or it gets tired because I'm doing so much. Just the way. It's hard to explain, just the routine of everything, not just the cycling, but the getting out of bed. It's like, boom, morning person, jumping out of bed, and just the way that you put your socks on, and the clothes, and getting the shower, you get so slick with the whole thing. You almost feel like you've done it before you've even done it, and that's what I felt like the past. I haven't seen the film Limitless, but apparently that's about where just like boundless energy that never stops. That's the way and so that type of energy. So, but this is cutting edge stuff we're talking about now. You'll get the pros talking about this, because they've got sponsors and all that, and they're controlled, and they didn't explore this stuff. They didn't talk about this kind of thing. The fact that on the one hand I'm a bit older, so you'd think, well, the motivation's gone down, but as I said, it's not really motivation, it's discipline, it's hard work, discipline, focus, right? And passion, obviously, as well. You want to do it, right? And you find a new way to find that, right? But with the limitless thing, it's funny that this is why, as I've said before, the endurance athletes, ultra endurance athletes, a lot of the really top ones are the older guy, above 40, even 50 odd. You know, so I've studied all this stuff, and I know it from my own personal experience, right? That as you're older, you've got that mature attitude that you have done the inner work, so you can get to that point where your energy is absolutely whoa. And of course, protecting your energy from toxic people, negative people. And then if you're on your own, and you've got all that freedom to do the inner work, really, haven't you? So that's really it's an interesting thing, isn't it? On the one hand, I'm older, so you'd think the body's slowing down, but actually no, my life force, the buzz of that's what I've obviously been saying in the videos, isn't it? The energy that I have, because I'm fucking doing this every day. I get up, cycle to work a physical job for 5-6 hours, do that, cycle home, sometimes do an extended thing, then cycle around the bike, and I would do it on no caffeine, by the way. But as I said, you know, so that limitless, the power and the zest for physical doing things is really quite there. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it? With that, the way you're feeling with all that energy, that is, and the routine, the ability to be really super disciplined at this stage of the game. Does that mean that I've got a good chance of getting better? I can feel the fitness coming, but I'm tired a little bit. So, and I've got all the whole knowledge, the whole blueprint, the 80-20 rule, mixing up the ebb and flow. And I met Graham O'Brien in my dream last night. He obviously spoke to me, so that was obviously a sign, wasn't it, that I'm doing something right, because emulate or elevate to the greats, align with the greats. That's, you do that, and then you go, well, I'm doing what they did, so it's no different. So it's the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience, and but it popped up on my Facebook. It was like, feels so wrong, can't be wrong. To really need is a caffeine bomb, or whatever I said. And I was sitting on the bench on Newton Stewart. Two energy drinks, a Monster and the other brand. What's the other one? Two of them, and a Costa. It's pretty crazy, right? So I drank all of that, and I remember sitting there absolutely buzzing, and like, and then the last section of the loop, I was absolutely flying. So, and I tried to make a wee video of it with one of the Wild Heart songs on it. Not that song, because that would have been obvious, that would be cheesy, wouldn't it? You want to do something that's a bit more sophisticated, do something that is a little bit against the grain with what, because that's a bit obvious, so I did that, but then the music didn't come up in it, so I didn't really I just left it. But the tagline was 2 energy drinks and a Costa equals 1 dragon soup. That's the point in it. It was like, I was kind of thinking that was quite extreme, and I wasn't doing that regularly, but I 3 coffees, really, 3 caffeine hits. That was quite ridiculous, and the heart was racing, and it did you wouldn't want to do that often. But back to the dragon soup. I've been having that 2-3 weeks, like sometimes 2 or 3 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and it's quite ridiculous, but it's actually worked. It's been an interesting experiment. Doc Snipes talks about, it's another element of it. You look down on the whole thing like you're like what's that electro outfit, I am a scientist collecting data. That's all it is. You've got a higher perspective, so you go, I'm not going to turn it into an alcoholic. Even if I did turn it into an alcoholic, so what? I would go, right, I've done that was a laugh, pay homage to Ozzy, and then sober up, and that speaks to the life force of the athlete, doesn't it? That he's got the power to do that. I mean, look at all the pro cyclists that would get involved in cocaine and drug use in the off season and all that. So it is not surprising that they would do that to get the same buzz that especially that they're not feeling, if they've struggled, and then they, but anyway. So I've had 2 or 3 weeks of like drinking alcohol every day, but the caffeine and the alcohol, it's on one level it was to get back to the same buzzy feeling that I had before I was having the burnout, before when I had the burnout, which was like months ago, and then now I'm like back to properly training again, and we're just about back where I was enjoying training and getting the buzz with not having to take drugs or alcohol and that crap, but everything in moderation, including moderation. So it's been a nice fun thing. 2 or 3 weeks there, we've been quite productive at work, and it's not really had the bad effect, apart from yesterday when I had a bit of a wobble, and I was like, where the fuck did that come from? I was feeling quite triggered. It was just one day when I didn't have enough kind of chill time, but essentially today I think we'll knock it on the head after this week, but it's been quite good, and I don't need it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not, but that's not really the point about what I'm saying. The point is that you got to mix things up, change things up to keep because when you get to this point you go, I've done it all, and it's have I lost the passion? But it's not really, because doing stuff like turning up it's just funny. It's kind of funny doing the corset loop. Incidentally, Kim, my YouTube channel, why the fuck have I not got thousands of followers? Look at me, look at the way I'm talking, look at the intelligence, the focus, the insights, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the passion, the humour. 1 view, 2 view, it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking funny, but I don't give a fuck. Please yourself, please yourself, and fuck everyone else, because like I've said before, all these fucking idiots on these shite YouTube channels talking about a load of irrelevant nonsense, like how to take your chain and put it in a crock pot and heat up the wax to the right temperature, and this is exactly how. That's not what cycling's about. Give me a fucking break. Is that really going to make your marginal gain that's going to make you faster? No, it isn't. What's going to make you faster is what I'm talking about now. This cutting edge info. Nobody talks about this, do they? Because they're too fucking closed off. If you want to learn anything, cyclists, they're dumb or stupid, unenlightened, uninformed. Look to people like Graham O'Brien. I saw him doing 2 or 3 talks. I saw him live, spoke to him. I spoke to Graham O'Brien live. This is the cutting edge info I'm talking about now. I spoke to Graham O'Brien, picked his brains. Do any of these pussies watching this Silk of Velo bullshit, have they done that? No, I don't think so. Talking to O'Brien. If you want to fly the Eagles, didn't hang around with turkeys, didn't watch shite content. You didn't need any of that bullshit content. They're ruining the sport by talking about a load of marketing horseshit. It's not about that, it's about the legs, it's about this, what I'm talking about now. No one's talking about that. I might not get to the exact perfect solution, but at least I'm engaging with this sort of stuff, life force, inner work, off as much to do the inner work when off the bike, so you're not just an exercise junkie, be in the world and not of it, don't get taken over by sport, balanced, in order to move forward in life. You must maintain a balance, but maintaining that balance is not easy. Perfect preparation prevents poor performance. He who fails to prepare should be prepared to fail. First attempt at learning you tried is what, and that is why you fail. The intersection of all these different concepts, how you integrate. There's a whole shitload of stuff that I could talk about in relation to all that in a bit more detail that doesn't involve fucking charts and tire pressure. But does 85 psi make you faster? That we studied this, and then that's a load of absolute bullshit, just designed to get money out of you. Wake up, catch up, dummies. I'm talking to the cycling audience, But Gordon, I'll just finish with this. Gordon McNeil on my Strava, he got it. He said he was talking about that, that song. I forget, Baz Luhrmann, is it, or something? It's a film director. But I was talking, that song that's to do with, you won't think about what you did. You won't worry about this kind of thing when you're older. Try to enjoy your, that song, and he was saying that the song should have included waxing your chain. In other words, get a fucking life. That's not what's important. Enjoy your life, you know, and that speaks to what Brie was talking about with, you got to actually enjoy your life, mix it up, enjoy it. You got to have an exit strategy. You know, you don't know what it'll be like. Frank Bruno, all depressed, talk about something in the current don't talk about something from decades ago. No, because it's the same old thing, repeating and repeating. That's the whole point, isn't it? You've got to learn from the past, because it's the same old bullshit. People getting depressed when they don't have an exit strategy, and you need to enjoy your life, whether you win or lose, and, you know, don't be connected to what's important is your attachment, your perspective in relation to your achievements, and whether you win or lose. It's just something you do. You don't have to pin your whole sense of worth on that, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, I'm going to get another dragon soup, and just for a laugh, right?